What's going on, everybody? Today we are talking about doubt. My name is Ben and this is Schadrac. Let's get into it.
All right, we're talking about doubt. We're going to do a series on doubt. This is part one of the series. And we're going to be looking at what is doubt and how does that go with our faith?
Yep.
So the first thing I'm going to start with is how do you define doubt? And the way that you would define doubt is defined as uncertainty or calling a premise into question. And we can face doubt or let it consume us. So have you ever faced any doubt by anything before, like a test?
Right. To me, when I doubt certain things, it might be necessarily an ability or different stuff like that. But where I struggle with it is I feel like we're gonna get into this later, but I kind of let it overtake me to a sense as to where it controls all of my decision making, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, I start worrying, I start doubting that I'm gonna not be able to accomplish a task or be able to do this or like the test or anything like that. And then I don't realize it, but I haven't done a single thing. I haven't even moved forward at all. Because I just get overwhelmed with doubt.
Doubt can be paralyzing. And I think we'll talk more about that later in the series about how doubt is paralyzing. But I think the thing that we really need to see about doubt is normal.
Right.
Having doubt, especially as a Christian, is normal. So when we talk about faith, let's talk about faith. Like, what does faith means to you? Faith is believing. Hebrews 11, faith is the reality of what is hoped for and the proof of what is not seen. So that's faith. Like you said, I have faith in this. I have faith that God's going to heal my mom who is sick, or I have faith that God is going to bless me, or I have faith that God is going to finish what he started. Right. But a lot of times what we do, we take faith and we take doubt and we say they're opposite.
Right.
But they're not opposite. Faith and doubt kind of goes together.
Okay.
Think about some stuff in the Bible. Think about some people. Think about some things in the Bible. If God told you right now, like he told you in the spirit, hey, man, I want you to go across the street, but I want you to close your eyes. And you knew it was God. Like an angel of the Lord came and said, fear not. Yeah. God has commanded you to go across the street and keep your eyes closed the whole entire time. Okay. You would still have doubt even while you cross.
Right.
So it kind of goes together. Faith and doubt go together. With doubt and faith can coexist.
Okay.
And a lot of times we feel like it can't. We feel like it's wrong for me to have doubts.
Right. Because I feel like how you were saying is when someone hears the word doubt, that means you don't believe. And like we talk about, the definition is the uncertainty.
Yeah.
Or calling premise into question. Yeah. So it's like if in the normal Christian kind of, I don't want to go that deep into it, but usually when you hear the word doubt, that means I don't believe in you. I doubt that you're going to come through for me. I doubt you're going to do that. So it's just like you're saying, it is okay to doubt. Those things go hand in hand with faith, but it's about your posture and if you actually act on it. Yeah.
So think about the definition of doubt again. Doubt is uncertainty. Now look at Hebrews 11 one more time. Now faith is the reality of what is hoped for.
Right.
The proof of what is not seen. You don't see it. So you will have doubt with your faith together, and they coexist together. The question isn't should I not have doubts? The question is, what do you do with your doubt?
Correct.
So are you going to let your doubt stop you, or are you going to push past it? Yeah. And that's what the Bible is, a story of a bunch of people who had doubts and they had a decision to make.
Correct.
So think about Moses. When God told Moses, lift the staff up, split the sea.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. I've been like, that's
there's water as far as the eye can see, and I can split the sea.
But so Moses could let his doubt stop him, or Moses could have said, you know what, I'm gonna push past my doubt and go do it. Hebrews 11, talks about Abraham, right? He's in that hall of faith. And Abraham had the same problem with doubts though, because Abraham, when they said, hey, Abraham, you're going to have descendants as much as the stars. And Abraham, you're going to have a son. He's like, I'm old. This ain't going to already happen. Right. But he had doubts. You know how he had doubts? Because eventually what he did was he took the other ladies. He took Sarah's little slave. Is it Haggai? I don't know if it's Haggai.
I don't know.
But yeah, he slept with her and made a son named Ishmael.
Right.
That was doubt. So, but doubt is a part of Christianity.
Correct. That's good.
Doubt basically is a perfectly natural place to find ourselves, and it's not the opposite of faith, nor is it the same as unbelief. And I think that's something else that we struggle with.
Yeah.
You say that's because I have doubt, I have unbelief, but that's not true.
That's not how. It's like to me, it's in our natural capacity to want to doubt. It's like, because like we said, we're always going to go back to the beginning of this kind of discussion is we don't see it.
Yeah.
So anything you can't physically see, touch, you're going to doubt that it's going to happen. So I feel like to me, it's healthy to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Don't let it overcome you.
Yeah. So the way, like, think about two things. One, think about the Bible verse where the person says, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. So that person who believed God for a miracle, at the same time, he had doubts and he had it together. And Jesus didn't say, oh, you have unbelief. Forget you. Jesus says, I see that you have both, but you're trying to push past it. Os Guinness, the theologian, this is what he says about doubt. He says, doubt is not the opposite of faith, nor is it the same as unbelief. Doubt is a state of mind in suspension between faith and unbelief, so that it is neither of them wholly and it's each only partly. And he keeps going and says, this distinction is absolutely vital because it uncovers and deals with the first major misconception of doubt. The idea that we should be ashamed of doubting because doubt is a betrayer of faith and surrender to unbelief. So like, when we struggle with doubts, like when we say, I don't know if God's going to actually do this, I don't know what he's going to do. I think a lot of times we feel shame.
Yeah. And
it separates us from God because we feel like doubt is something we shouldn't have. And if we feel shame and we're separated from God, we're not going to push past our doubt. What are we going to do?
We're going to cower it in.
You're not going to do it. You're going to delay. You're going to not do what God called you to do. And it's really, really important that we understand, like, and I know we said a couple of times, doubt and faith go together.
Right.
Now, again, it's not good to be in a constant state of doubt, but they will be for every single Christian. If you are breathing, there will be seasons of doubt and full confidence and doubt and full confidence. Right. And that's normal. Right. And we don't normalize that. We make it sound like it's a bad thing if I doubt that God's going to do this or I doubt that's that.
And you kind of touched it. I was going to ask more for just to explain a little bit more. Why do you think that we feel that shame when there is doubt? Like why? Why do you think we feel that way? What is the reason why we just kind of translate that? As soon as we have doubt, we have to be ashamed immediately because we're supposed to always believe.
I think there's a misconnection between, I think people, especially in more charismatic or Pentecostal circles, I think you feel like if you show any chinks in your armor that you are not believing or you're falling back or you're struggling, I think it makes you feel like less of a Christian. Right. And I think one of the biggest problems is there's a lot of people projecting that they're holier than thou, or they got it all together, or they're blessed and highly favored, or all this language stuff, but really inside they're dealing with anxiety and stress because instead of saying my doubt is an invitation to go towards God and see what he's going to do and push past it, we see our doubt as a fact that we're not worthy enough to believe in God and God's not going to move in our lives. Wow. And I don't know. I think that's a problem because think about like Plato, he's like the guy we learned in class. He said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Jesus wants to not just engage your heart, he wants to engage your mind. So if you're not ever thinking about, God says this verse, I don't know about this verse. You're not struggling with it. You're not examining your faith. You're not examining your walk with God. And if you're not examining, you're not growing. Right. I mean, I think that's really what it comes down to. Or you have the opposite problem. You think God always agrees with you all the time. And then I'm like,
then you end up getting hurt.
And I'm like, are you the God or is God? I don't know. But it goes together. Not to be the dead horse, but think about Psalms. Think about David. Like God came at a very young age when this guy's like killing lions with his bare hands and bears and whatever. And he's playing the harp. He's like awesome, strong, amazing guy. And God said, hey, I'm gonna make you king. And as you read the Psalms, most of the Psalms is about how David is running away from Saul. Saul wants to kill David. Like, you ain't I'm gonna kill you. And so David is going through hiding in caves over and over again. And as you read the Psalms, David's like, God, where are you? God, why are you not here? God, why are you not showing up? God, why you're not moving? Right. But every time David starts with doubt, what you notice is eventually at the end of the Psalm, he pushed past it. But my heart will hope in you because your love is steadfast and forever. My heart will trust in the Lord because you have been good and all the time been good. And that's how David grows and becomes the man after God's own heart. is through his doubts. Face up your doubts.
That's good. So if there was one thing that, just to kind of close this all together, like what can you be certain or sure about to kind of help out with that?
I think ultimately, as long as you're sure that Jesus is the reason why you have salvation, you can always move forward.
Right.
You might be stuck on a passage. You might be stuck on, what about dinosaurs? I know people ask me all the time, how do dinosaurs fit in? Like, where did they come in? You might be stuck on this. You might not be, I don't understand how all these letters of the alphabet, LGBTQ, how all that works together. Right. You might be stuck on all these things. I'm not saying there's not an answer in the Bible. I'm not saying God doesn't explain it. But I think as long as you have that foundation, firm foundation. Elijah likes VeggieTales. He's watching the one about building on a firm foundation. Yeah. So if you have a firm foundation, you can stand. As long as you have the firm foundation that I am a sinner in front of God, and I am saved only by Jesus Christ and the cross and his blood. And I believe that he loves me. And that's where we are right now. And that he's holding my hand and we're walking forward through all my doubts. And we're going to push past it. I think that's what you're starting off. I think that's what moves you forward. That keeps growing you up.
That's good.
But yeah, don't be ashamed of your doubts. So I would tell anyone right now who's watching right now, like in your comment section, if you want, like share what you have had doubts about. Maybe it's been about a piece of scripture. Maybe it might be a doctrine. Maybe it might be something. But share what you have, what you struggle with, and maybe we can answer it up in the comments.
Amen.
I think that's all I got. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, that's part one. Part one was basically doubts and faiths are not opposite. And then part two, we got something special about doubt again. So if you like this, enjoy this, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.